Spain chooses this weekend if they want to have more socialism, continue with the destruction of their culture through cultural Marxism, gender identity politics in schools, attacking little children, or if they want to have common sense, if they want to have a government that protects the Western culture, if they want to have a government that looks after their freedoms, their rights, their well-being, their jobs. Folks, this is Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist, and these are things that are important. The way I see it, everywhere. It's important, especially in the West, everywhere where you have elections, every little victory that we have makes a difference. Just like we saw in Italy, just like you see in Poland, where you have people that finally wake up and say enough. You're definitely not right for us. Whenever you have a society that finally says, this is it, this is as far as we go, we won't allow the destruction of our culture, of our society anymore, then there's a little bit more of hope. There's a little bit more light. And then you have another light, and then you have another. And finally, we start finding our way in this darkness that we are submerged, mostly throughout the West. We have gone through this way too long, and the more you continue down this path, the harder it is to find the right path again. And in the case of Spain, you have, it's actually 3 here, but it's actually 4 parties. You have Vox, you have PP, which is somewhat of the more right-wing, center-right, which in many ways it is. It's pretty commie as well. But you have those two, and then you have the party that is currently ruling, which is the PSOE party, which is the Socialist Party of Spain, and you have Sumar, which was it used to be called Unidas Podemos. That's the far left, like the blue-haired, freaky kind of party, represented by this woman that looks nothing like the people that are supposed to be voting for her, which is, it is rich, isn't it? Why is it that they don't give us a candidate that really represents their basis? Why is it that for the green-haired cat lady party, you don't have a green-haired lady? Yeah, this woman, she doesn't seem morbidly obese or has blue hair, and she's actually somewhat in good physical shape for her age, and she's dressing smart and neat. No. If you're gonna run for the far left party, I want a morbidly obese, piss cat smelling lady with chunks of blue and green hair. That would be, at least it would be honest. It would be more transparent. It would be what you actually represent. But these bastards, they have no shame. They know what they're milking. They know who they're fooling. And they're working that crowd perfectly well, right? But at the end of the day, when it comes down to image, when it comes down to getting those votes, this is how they like to look, right? And then on the left there, we have Santiago Abascal from the Vox, the far-right party. What is it so far-right about Abascal? Nothing, really. He's, at least the way I see it, Vox is mostly like a center-right party. Some of the things they say, it's mostly a Catholic party with a very strong idea of the cultural identity that Spain is supposed to have, which is slowly being undermined, and they're quite vocal about that. But then they're pretty much open about public schools, about public health care, and sustaining that in a financially sound manner, right? So it's more of a center-right, common sense kind of political party. But in Spain, it is considered a far right. Yeah, this guy there, he's the far right. Well, that's because they have gone so far to the left that anything that isn't a German Workers' Socialist Party, that is right for them. And what can we say about Pedro Sanchez, one of the most despicable frauds ever to approach politics? The man is a piece of work. I'll give him that. He's the best at what he does. Being the hypocrite that he is, being a stone face. He's covered in damn Teflon. Nothing sticks to this guy. He is completely shameless. The thing is, he has done, let me know if this rings a bell. From lying in school and college, if copying papers and assignments from others, and and presenting them as his own. So he's a cheater in college, he's a cheater in life, he's a cheater as a politician as well. He's a liar, and he's shameless about that. This is a man that is releasing rapists at a rate that has never seen before, while at the same time saying he's defending women and feminism, and he's a gender diverse proponent. This is a man that has supported people that were trying to overthrow the Spanish government, having sedition in Catalonia, and this man was supporting those as well. He is an enemy of the state. He's openly an enemy of the Spanish state while being the president of Spain. You cannot get a lot worse than that. And let me know who he rings a bell, who he's reminding you of. These guys, man, they're so similar, aren't they? No matter, maybe in the United States, in Spain, but it's usually people that have no moral compass of any kind. They are the most backstabbing, worst kind of traitors, the complete opposite of what a patriotic person would be, let alone a patriotic politician that actually believes in his country doing well and his people having a good future and a good life. He's the exact opposite of that. His virtues: he's tall and he's good looking. At least that's what some people say online. What kind of idiotic argument is that? What kind of moron would vote for a guy just because he's tall and some cat lady thinks he's good looking? But that's apparently all he has going for him. Apparently that's been enough for him to get to this point. Hopefully this will be it. Hopefully it will be a change. Probably not Abascal, because Vox is pretty much behind on leading. But Vox is doing pretty well. Most likely the one that will win is the one that is not even here. The PP, the more conservative center, center-ish candidate, that because he's leading so far, he didn't even bother going to the debate. But there's a good chance that he will need Abascal enough. The way politics works in our country is in many ways quite different. Let me explain very quickly. You have four political parties that are pretty much leading right now, right? Some of them are far right, according to the far left lady that you see there in the center. That would be the party of Santiago Abascal. Vox, that's the far right party, according to the commie candidate. Then you have some of the more, the traditionally conservative party, which, man, it has very little of conservative these days. The PP party. You have Pedro Sanchez with PSOE, right? And the way this works is you vote for whoever you want, but the amount of seats each one of these gets, you need a majority. So you need like half the seats. I don't remember exactly how many it is, 250 total or something like that. So you basically need a little bit, one seat over half to form government. So let's say that PP and Vox get the majority. They are the ones that form government, and it's usually going to be president, the one that got the most votes. So it would be the PP party, and some of the other important elements of the government, well, because of that alliance, they will have to be from Vox. And that's good. That's always good. Whenever you have reasonable people, whenever you have common sense winning for a change, that means that there's still hope, right? Is it perfect? Of course not. I definitely don't like lots of the things that the so-called conservative party of Spain does. I think it's very, very much far left in many of the things that they have supported at times, allied with Pedro Sanchez, which just says a lot. But just having a foot inside there with Vox means there's still hope. There's still some common sense that will prevail. And it is definitely a lot better than having this scumbag in government for 4 more years. Guys, it's going to be all for now. Subscribe to the channel. You have my books available there in the links below. Surviving the Economic Collapse, Street Survival Skills. You have them in Amazon. And that's going to be all for now, folks. See you on our next video. Take care.